All right. Um, Getting things ready. Hi, Henry. Welcome to the room. You're the first person that joined. Hi, Mayor. Welcome. You're the first joiner today. We are getting others alerted about the session before we start in. How has your day, your weekend, your week overall? How has it been? While I'm looking out for these guys. How has your week been? Welcome, welcome. We're waiting for others to join in. Just 2 minutes and we'll start officially. Hi, Mayor. All right. Okay. So we are 1 minute and some seconds into the session, and let's just say 2 minutes to kick off officially. No extra time here. I don't like to call it African time. No African time though. So we are starting at the main time. And today we'll be talking about skills you need as a data analyst. If this is the first time you're joining my session, you're welcome. I'm Ifnaya Stelamaris. I am formerly Chimuba, and I'm a medical doctor. I'm a project manager and a data analyst, and I'm happy to have you here today. As always, I love interacting during my session, so you can drop comments and I will definitely see them. This live session is currently ongoing on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Instagram. So you'd see me turning as usual left and right to accommodate both all platforms in this session. And today I'll be talking about skills you need as a data analyst. The previous session, we talked about how I started my journey as a data analyst. So I've described that and how I got myself into data analysis, and I enjoy it, of course. But sometimes for others, everybody wants to be into tech to get the tech money, and that sometimes they don't know what is required or what they are getting themselves into. And that is why I thought of making this session to happen. So we'll be doing something on skills you need as a data analyst, the required skills and knowledge for data analysis. So if you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, you'd certainly be seeing my slides. Unfortunately, Instagram does not permit that. So I can't, I even prepared a slide for Instagram, but I can't share it. So I'm so sorry about that. But all information remains the same. We'll be talking about the required skills and knowledge for data analysis and to see what you will need, because as per everybody would think is just to come in once you have your laptop and you can start analyzing data. But there are some key things that you need to have within you as a person, within your personality, to be able to swim through this profession quite very well. And the first one there is curiosity. You have to be a curious cat to get well in data analysis. So what do we mean by curiosity? Asking questions, delving in more to know, like, what more? So what? What next? Like, you've seen this, and what about it? What is causing this? Curiosity makes you to unearth anything a data can give. So one day you're asking those questions, next time you're trying to expand the question you're asking. And that is what curiosity can help you do when it comes to data analysis. You can be talking about data analysis and not have some sense of curiosity. That curiosity could also be what will help you to spot out a problem when you're looking at data and you're like, something is not so fine here, or what is going wrong? This pattern or this trend, what is it? Or I think I'm seeing a trend here. So curiosity, observation, wanting to know more, it's a very important skill that you will need as a data analyst to scale through. And then you also need some level of critical thinking. There's no way you can be talking about all these things and you're not thinking critically about what is happening. What is happening here versus here? What is this person saying? Like, data is something that is produced every second, every minute, every hour, in every geographical location, there is always data being produced for different situations and purposes. So you have to be able to think critically about what that data is, what it can do, where it came from, who gave it to you, what purpose is it supposed to serve, and much more. And it will also help you in interpreting the output or whatever information you're deriving from that data. That's the essence of critical thinking. So you have to not just believe anything that comes across. I mean, if things are happening, you have to question, are these things making sense? Does it make sense to say that, okay, people are wearing so much clothes at the same time that we are making so much sales of ice cream? What is happening? Is it that not wearing so much clothes is related to not is related to increased sales of ice cream? It doesn't make sense. But if you interpret it from another angle, that this could be due to probably increase in temperature, the weather has changed, and people are beginning to dress lightly and to want more cold drinks, you're beginning to make sense with the output you're creating. So you don't just do garbage in, garbage out. You have to think critically about the data you have. And then you must be meticulous. If you're not meticulous in data analysis, you will suffer. I don't know why I had to use the word suffer, but just a slight mistake can make you start afresh in everything you've done. So you have to be intentionally meticulous when it comes to data analysis. You can't just come in and mess up everything. So data analysis, especially when you're handling structured data, is something you have to be careful when you're working on, so that you don't spoil the data. And if you spoil it, that means you're starting afresh. But there are times you may want to seriously manipulate the data to give you what you want. But in that situation, you're still being meticulous about it. And aside meticulousness, you need some level of mathematics knowledge. Well, it depends on the kind of data you're analyzing, but for most data that are numerical, some understanding of mathematics makes life easier for you. It helps you know what you want to compute and what is computed, the interpretation and the rest. And it's not advanced mathematics, probably. It's not DYDS where you're doing differentiation and all those things. It could be as little as just addition and subtraction, but at least you need that skill to some extent to compute whatever you need to do. Let me use, for example, in health industry, you have the body mass index, and probably you have a data that has already given you the weight and then giving you the height. And this weight was measured in, let's say it was measured in grams, or it was documented in grams, while the height was documented in centimeters. And you want to get the body mass index, and most times, body mass index is documented and interpreted in kilogram per meter square. So you need to understand that this is mathematics. You have to change gram to kilogram, and you have to change centimeters to meters, and then you have to compute, divide kilogram by meter square. So you have to multiply the height twice and then divide. This is just basic mathematics happening, but you need to have that skill and apply it in data analysis, because things will not always come feeding you in the mouth. Sometimes you need to do it yourself. And beyond these skills, you need to be able to present whatever it is you have done. Presentation skills could be oral presentation, it could be written presentation. So it can be verbal or written. But it makes no sense if you finish analyzing data and you just pour out all your output there. Who is viewing your data? Your output, does that person understand what you're saying? You have to put it in a way that your audience, be it one person or a big hall, is understanding the information you're putting out that you've derived from this data. It is an obligation you have as a data analyst to make that happen. So you've finished doing all those crunching and everything. If you push out a graph to me and I don't understand it, you've wasted your time. So that's where visualization, presentation, and all these things come in. You have to be creative both in your thinking and in your presentation. And it is very important. You don't have to play with it. Sometimes you'll be required to come up and make a verbal presentation. Probably as an academician or a researcher, you are required to come and talk about the topic you're involved in. In that situation, you have to present. And when it comes to your data output, you have to present what you have. So presentation skills is non-negotiable as far as I'm concerned. And then you have domain knowledge. So when it comes to domain knowledge, one thing that we overlook is the fact that, okay, I'm a data analyst, but as a data analyst that I am, I'll function better in health industry because my background is in medicine. I'll function better in that background than imagine me going to work with data from space, like astronauts and the rest. I'll be confused. Imagine me going to work with data from, let me think about something else that is abstract. Okay, let's think about ocean or, nature, zoology. I don't know some of the terms. I don't even know. I was able to talk about body mass index immediately because this is something I know. And it will also help you to fish out when there is an error. I mean, if I'm working on a data now as a doctor and I'm looking at, for example, hemoglobin levels, I would know when a value is not compatible with life. If I see 100 gram per DL, I'm like, oh, there's an error here. And that error could be because of an extra zero. But because another person, another data analyst from a different industry coming to handle this does not have this knowledge and might not even see it as an error, will just report, at most report that there is an outlier and just move on. So this is where domain knowledge comes in. And data is produced across all industries, all profession, all whatever you would think of. And that is why it is important. Those in vehicle production, engineering, legal industry, building industry, tech, business, and the rest, there is always a need for data analysis. So when you apply domain knowledge into your analysis, it makes it more, the output becomes more involved and more authentic. And that's the essence of how you working with domain knowledge. And that's why we ought to have more data analysts in and from different brands, from different industries, because that's where you put it in and say, okay, I know this. STM can come in for health, another person can come in for business, another person can come in for legal. It is very easy to interpret it from that angle. But if you just come in and I'm looking at this data and I've produced the graphs and everything, I can't even present my output because I don't know the interpretation. At most, I've done some small research, but it doesn't make sense. So this is where you also need to apply domain knowledge. And when you become a data analyst, this is also where you hone your skill. For example, when I go for presentations and pitching something, interviews or something, I am always ready for health related data because that is my own strength. But if I'm in another field, I may not be as ready as I am. And that is where all these things are driving to. So you need domain knowledge to fire on efficiently. And then research skills. Research skills is also related to domain knowledge. That's the truth. But beyond that, even within your field, you don't know everything. No one is an isolation of all knowledge. So you always need to check, are you interpreting rightly? You always also need to check, is there a new evidence or new protocol for what you're interpreting or what you're seeing? Or is there a new way of doing this? Sometimes you might even forget what you know. So you should be able to know how to research it. And most people think researching is just entering into Google and putting in things. No, you have to know the right keywords. You have to know what to put in and how to put key in to get the right results. And you have to be able to filter which is authentic and which is just there, because we have millions, okay, billions, I don't think it's now in million, billions of information out there, and it is your responsibility to deal with those information and pick exactly what will serve your purpose. And the last one, the hard skills. So you've gotten all these skills, you're curious, you're meticulous, you can present and you can research, and you already have the domain knowledge of a particular industry. So what? And you're looking at the data. If you don't have the hard skills, so what? Like, if you can't analyze the data, you can't do it. This is where hard skills come in. And this is where the use of software come in, because even if you have all these things and you can't use any software, you are seeing data, you don't know what to do with it. How will you generate the interpretation? That's the whole thing. So at the end of the whole day, you've gathered all these skills during your journey, you're learning it, you're trying to become more curious and more careful. You now need to learn a software, a tool to analyze that data. That is the hard skill, such that when data comes to you, you don't fidget, you smile, take the data and do with it what you want to do with it and get out information. And that's the particular essence of this live session. So I took my time to walk you through, I think, nine of them, through nine skills that you need. So we talked about critical thinking, curiosity, meticulousness, mathematics, presentation skills, domain knowledge, research skills, and hard skills. So the question is, which hard skill do you want or would you want to get? There are so many tools. I'm not the type that try to make you, because I'm selling something, so you must buy my own. The truth is, I will tell you the truth. There are so many tools that are used for analyzing data. And amidst those tools, some are very particular for industries. And beyond industries, some are even organizational preferred. So you may come into research industry in, say, health industry, the research institutions, most of them use SPSS. And then you go to a particular organization and they will prefer a different tool, probably R. So these are the things that come into these things. It's versatile. So the main thing is pick as much as you can, but try to maintain and know that you know those ones that are high within your industry. So if you're wanting to go into research in healthcare, you need to know SPSS. If you're wanting to go into NGO, you need to know Excel. SPSS is great. If you want to go into business analysis, Power BI, Tableau, and the rest. And if you're going into pure tech, you need some level of programming knowledge. And these are the real truth. So all these things, you need to apply them, hard skills, to get what you want. As always, people joining in, thank you for joining in. If you have any question, any comments, drop it in and I'll certainly see it. Thank you for joining in. And these nine skills that I met, oh, they are eight and I kept saying nine. So these eight skills that I mentioned are essential for you as a data analyst. But outside that, you should start making your journey to grab one hard skill. And that's the essence of this whole thing. For example, currently I'm launching a boot camp that would train you on analyzing data with IBM SPSS. So this is one of the softwares that you can use to analyze data, numerical data. You will generate charts and graphs with it, you will generate tables with it, and you make outputs that will give you the information you're looking for. If you want to go into research, academia, NGO, this is quite important for you. And that's why I'm bringing it up. If you look for what I'm trying to get up, to know more about it, you have to check out. If you're on Facebook, on LinkedIn, or YouTube, you will see the website ticking down there. I'm trying to write it down for those on Instagram. Welcome everyone joining in. I can see you. So if you're on Instagram, follow the link that will come up in the comment section there, and you will know more about the program. So it's a 1 week coming up, right? It's a 1 week boot camp. This boot camp, you will learn how to put in data. You also learn Excel, because as far as I'm concerned, if you're going to play in data analysis, you need to know Excel. It may not be the advanced knowledge, the little one, the basic knowledge. You need to know Excel. You need to understand what is what and how to go around there. So we will learn how to get in and get out data from Excel and other sources. You learn how to manipulate, compute data, interpret data, enter data, generate charts, and extra, you will learn how to do statistical tests. So this is the thing. Most data analysts don't know how to do statistical tests. Okay, let me not say most. Many, they just stop at generating charts and graphs, and it's all beautiful and there. But when you start coming into academia and research, this is where the difference comes in. So you may be looking at charts and graphs and it appears this thing, there is a trend or there is something you're seeing, there is a pattern. But in the moment you apply statistical test to it, you see, oh, it's not reliable. This thing is not significant enough for you to make that decision. And these things are the things you will look at before making decision. For example, in health industry, to use this medication or not, is this a possible cause of this or not? So statistical test is an extra in data analysis. It is not just about generating the beautiful charts and telling stories with it. It is about being confident in the output that this data is saying this, and based on this statistical test, we are confident about it. And this boot camp is going to start from 1st to 7th May. So we'll start on 1st, end on 7th. Then after it, we'll have sessions of coaching sessions. So you can have the group coaching session or the personalized coaching session. If you're in the group coaching session, everybody joins in a group and will address questions, help you one-on-one. And then if you're in the personalized coaching session, it's me and you. I'll take you hands on hands and address your concerns. And again, you'll get certificates at the end of it. I'm seeing some comments. You get some certificates at the end of it, and beyond the certificate, you must do a project. So you own a project that you can present to anyone at any time that I have analyzed this data. This is the data I've analyzed. This is how I did it. This is my income, my input, my output. Because most times, once you go for an interview or something in data analysis, you always be asked, okay, so what's your step in analyzing data? And that project can be your own placard of something you've done. So you will not end this boot camp, you will not even get the certificate if you don't do the projects. I will personally make sure you do the project. I am responsible for that. So I will personally make sure you do the project, and by the end of it, you're confident and say, I can analyze data with SPSS. So someone is asking, how do we sign up for the bootcamp? Right, and what is the timing? To sign up for the bootcamp, follow the link that I put up. If you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, you'd see the link down there, novaroscare.com/bootcamp. If you're on Instagram, I've dropped it before and I'll drop it again now. You see the link, novaroscare.com/bootcamp. Alternatively, you can send me a DM and I will guide you on signing up. Send me a DM on any of these platforms. YouTube does not do DM. So if you're on YouTube, kindly follow me on Facebook or LinkedIn or Instagram and send me a DM and I will guide you. What is the timing? 1st to 7th May, 3 to 4 hours every day from 6 p.m. We start brainstorming, we start learning, and we stop around 9, 10 and continue the next day. After all these things, once you're finished within 1st to 7th, we'll now have a week for you to attend to your projects where you do your own data analysis yourself, walk through it yourself, apply everything you've learned during that week, and from 15 we start our coaching session. So for the people in group coaching sessions, you have 15, 22nd, 29 for your group coaching sessions. But those in personalized coaching session will have to book appointment based on their preferred time and available time for me, and we'll have that time to discuss on this any concern you have. If you have any question, just drop it in. If you have any comment, just drop it in. Again, the link is up there. And another thing that we would like to mention is that we have an ongoing discount, 15% discount right now, 5 days to go. So on 20th, after 20th, you won't get the discount. So the earlier you go, the better for you. The personalized coaching is 100, 50,000 naira, discounted 85. The group coaching is 60,000 naira, discounted 51,000. Everything discount ends on 20th. So the earlier you go, the better for you. 15% discount, and we are not going back on that. This 15% discount is my own gift to you to see that you step into this journey and enjoy it. But regardless of it, come for the boot camp. It is packed, and there is nothing that STN does that she doesn't put quality into it. That's the main thing. I would like again to recap the skills you will need as a data analyst, because I noticed some people joined in late. So I would like to recap that. We've gone through everything, but I'm not going through the slides again. I'll just list them. Go through the video if you came in late. It's saved at all in all platforms. So you need to be curious. You need some extent of critical thinking, meticulousness. You need to have some basic knowledge of mathematics, presentation skills, domain knowledge, research skills, and hard skills. If you have everything, you don't have hard skills, how can you analyze your data? And that's why we say we need to teach people how to use IBM SPSS. Register for the bootcamp. Give me a DM if you're confused, and I'll help you out for everything registration. Take the discount opportunity now, and by 20th, we are off. If you have any further question or concern, I'll address that. And I'm really happy. Thank you for everybody that joined into the session right now. I'd want to address any further question. If not, I would say that we are done for the day. So 1 minute for questions, and thank you, and see you all. Okay, so the boot camp is free and coaching is free, right? No, the boot camp and the coaching are not free. Everything is paid together. So I'm going to put this back here. Okay, the boot camp, we have personalized coaching and group coaching. It is 60,000 naira for people in group, and then it is 100,000 naira for people in personalized coaching. Currently, we are offering 15% discount. So if you opt for the group coaching, you're getting 51,000 naira to cover the boot camp and the coaching. If you opt for the personalized coaching, you're paying 85,000 naira. It will cover the boot camp and the coaching. People within personalized coaching are getting 4 coaching sessions. Those within the group coaching are getting 3 coaching sessions. Everybody gets the bootcamp, access to bootcamp, and will keep recordings for you so that you can come back to it. Everybody will get a certificate, a verifiable certificate, because these days anyone can create a certificate, but we'll put this through a verifiable platform where anybody, probably you're looking for a job and the person, your employer, wants to verify if this is authentic. With your credential ID, he or she can see that this is authentic, and these are the details of what you've learned so far during the bootcamp. So you get the verifiable certificate during that period. That's it. If there is any other question, we'll attend to that. Otherwise, skills you need as a data analyst, and we'll end the session. Again, follow the link down there, novaroske.com/bootcamp, and you receive all the information, the questions, and the guide, and the payment link. Or you can send me a DM and I'll give you a guide. In the absence of that, I can see there's a comment. Okay, thank you. You're doing well. Thank you. Oh, nice one. Excellent. I'm just seeing these comments. People from Facebook are waving, are saying hi. So those on Instagram, I'm waving too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And see you guys next time. Next week, we are having a free webinar. Is going to be essential. In fact, the webinar is about becoming a data analyst without coding skills. So I am going to open it up for you. You don't need coding skills to start analyzing data. Okay, Chinedu is asking, that's great. So all the 8 skills will be learned in the process. Yes, but some of the skills are things you build up for yourself. some of the skills. For example, meticulousness is something you build up on your own. We are not teaching meticulousness in the program. It's something, is a soft skill you build on your own because it will help you. Presentation, yes, because we'll teach you how to present your output. We'll teach you charts and graphs, and we'll teach you how to extract those things and put it in a presentable manner. Probably you want it for website or for a research article, and some of those things. We'll teach you that so that when you do your own project, you can generate a well-presented output. So yes, we'll teach you that. Computational skills, yes, we teach you that. So you're grabbing all these skills that we talked about, at least most of them that are within our skills to teach, because we won't teach you how to become curious. It's something that is a soft skill you develop yourself. Critical thinking, yes, we'll guide you on critical thinking in that. If I will guide you on curiosity, we'll tell you how to look for something, what you should be looking for in data. Meticulousness is something you do on your own. Then research skills, we'll practice it during the coaching session. So yes, you're grabbing these skills during the boot camp. Right. I'm happy taking these questions. I'm really happy taking them. So if there is more, I'll attend to them. Okay. If there isn't, I'll play music and we'll say bye for the day. And who am I coming to his or her house to come and eat rice for the weekend? Because I want to have some rice for the weekend. Thank you for joining in. This is Dr. STM. Send me a DM if you want some guide or follow the link direct. Thank you.